Today we're talking to JD, Justin Donawa, who has returned from injury. Justin, welcome back to Alty TV, and let's talk about the injury first of all. How did it happen? What was the injury, and how frustrating was it that it took you so long to get back?
Yeah, it was just a bit of a calf injury again. And yeah, it's a bit frustrating. It happened right before the Halifax game, the FA Trophy game, right in the warm. I felt it throughout the day, and like I was giving it a chance, like warming up and stuff, and we got there, and it just wasn't really getting better. And then it got worse as the night went on. So we kind of assessed it from there the next day and that week, and it was probably like a four-ish week recovery. So we went about that, had a little bit of a setback, like probably midway through, and I went out to run again. So that probably pushed me back about a week. So it was probably about 5-ish weeks since, that I was out with that particular injury. And then obviously I've come back in, I've, tried to get back fit. But, we're doing so well right now. It's hard to kind of get back into the team. It's a good problem to have, I guess, as a staff and stuff like that. But, I'm a little bit frustrated at the timing of the injury, but nonetheless, I'm happy to be kind of trying to fight my way back in and fight my way back into a winning team, and that's always going to be hard. So I'm willing to just keep doing what I have to do and try to contribute to what's going on now, which is a lot of good things.
You're a natural athlete. You've reached a high standard of athletics. And you're very, very quick, possibly the quickest player at the club, if not the quickest, certainly one of the quickest. Do you think that makes you more prone to getting injured and strains like this?
I guess I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe, just having to, I'm sprinting a lot and things like that, but it's just one of them things. It's all a part of the game, just injuries and how you deal with them and how you bounce back and what you can do to stop that from reoccurring again. So it could be a factor in it, but I'm not really too caught up in that, and I just try to do what I need to do to stay fit, and that's what I'm doing now.
In terms of, you haven't played a huge amount of football this season, but when you have played, you've been a big favourite with the Alty fans, and you've scored three goals. The first of which came in the demolition of Ebbsfleet back in October on Elliot Newby's debut, and really good goal. Although we were already a couple of goals up at the time, but a really good goal from a right back position.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to get your first for a new club and stuff like that. So it felt good for that reason. It also felt good because we ended up getting the 3 points, and that was the most important thing. And I was happy that I was able to contribute to that. And I think we had an all-round great team performance. We had goals from everywhere, literally from centre half all the way up to the forwards. So that was a really, really good result for us, and that kind of helped solidify where we were in the league at the time, and show that we're a force to be reckoned with. So,
your second goal, two subs combining, Dior Angus and you late on at Gateshead. Some quick thinking there with the free kick, and you were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take as many of them goals this season, just a little tap in 2 yards out. But again, that was another game, I think, where our game plan just worked to a T. Against a really good Gateshead side at the time, and they were flying. And we knew we would have our work cut out for us. And we were able to really just keep, they had a few good moments, I think, good chances, but, Ethan Ross made a few great saves. I think defensively we were solid from the back all the way to the forwards. And we were able to get, deservingly 2 goals. Justin scored a very good finish, and I was able to get on the back of a parried shot in my direction and just put it home. And I think that kind of just gave us a little bit of a, we can have like a sigh of relief in a way, because it wasn't much time left in the game at that point. And that was just, another all-round team performance that I think the gaffer and everyone, the fans, were really, really pleased with, especially the fans that traveled all the way up there on a cool windy day. So, again, another good team performance.
from a personal perspective, I think that was, in terms of game plan being executed well, that's as good as anything I've seen this season against a Gateshead team who at the time were absolutely flying. They've had a few issues since then and lost the manager, but outstanding performance. And it was you and Justin Amaluzor scoring in that game, and it was also the same combination in the other game that you scored a goal in against Southend, which was a big game, and your goal was a fantastic finish. I'm assuming of the three, that's the one that gave you the most pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. It was probably the one that, in a way, surprised me the most, because I kind of still had a lot to do once the ball came in my direction. It was a tight angle. And I was able to kind of like get my foot around it and scoop it over the keeper. And again, that was another game where we knew going into it, it was going to be a battle, because again, Southend are no team to be taken lightly. Despite where they are in the league, they still have a lot of quality and have the ability to beat anybody in this league. So we knew that going into that game, it was going to be a battle. And again, we went out there and just, one of them just great all-around team performances, and a couple good goals. And like I said, I'm just happy to have been a part of it, first and foremost, get the 3 points, and then to also score, and score probably between the first one and that one's probably my two better finishes of the three, but scored a decent goal and just kind of help the team kind of keep our position in the league, and it shows that on any given day we can go toe to toe and beat anybody in this league. And it's shown over the last couple of months. We've had little dips in form, but we've always managed to bounce back and beat some really high quality teams, as you could see at the weekend. So
the form at the moment is absolutely outstanding. Jim McNulty, the Rochdale manager, described Altrincham as being very much in the groove at the moment, and we're functioning as a team, not at 100%, because no team functions at 100%, but we're not far off.
No, I think you're spot on. I think we have just a group of players that are all working for each other, and everyone understands their roles, and everyone's willing to help their mate out, and do their job and have the mate's job in a way. So it's been a good period for us so far, and we're just hoping to just continue that for the last 2.5 months of the season. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see where we actually end up come late April, and hopefully it's in that second or third spot. We can get that semi-final, but nonetheless, that's a little bit too far ahead. I think we're just taking it game by game, and we're not taking anybody lightly, and we're just preparing as best as we can with the players that we have, and everything's going well. It's exciting, even for me personally, not being necessarily in the squad at the moment. It's still exciting to be a part of, and I still want to be. It's nice to be in and around it, and just be a part of something that's growing, and you can see it changing week by week. And I'm sure the fans are very, very delighted with how we're doing so far, especially given the last 3 seasons. I think finished 17th, 14th, and 17th or something along those lines. So for us to be 4th at this stage in the season, we've got a couple games in hand. It's a really good position to be in, and I think we're in the mindset that we can't take this for granted, because a few games here or there, whether winning or losing it, you could be in a totally different spot in the table. It's very close in those playoffs. So I think we're very excited to see where this is going. And looking forward to seeing where we end up.
16 games left in the National League, which is still a lot of football. 8 at home and 8 away. And Phil Parkinson and Neil Sorville have said that we're going to need all the players in the run-in. So despite the fact you're not in the team at the moment, and particularly as you're a very versatile player, it's not as if you just play in one position, you still could play an important part in the closing stages of the season. Yeah,
definitely. Like I said before, I just stay ready and do what I need to do on the training pitch every day to just keep my fitness up, stay sharp, and just be in and around it, because at the end of the day, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know how any one game or any one week or any one month will pan out in regards to different injuries or people being ill or, a change of shape, whatever it might be. So for me and for anybody that's, kind of on the fringe, it's just about staying ready. And I think that's what makes a good squad, because once you have everyone bought in and everyone understanding where we are and knowing that, it might not be personally a great time for a few individuals, but as a collective, we're doing very well and what we're doing is working. So can't really argue with that. And like I said, we're all just going to stay ready. Everyone understands that, we're here to push each other, and that's what's going to get us over the line.
Next up is a long trip to Aldershot Town, who are going really well in the National League this season. Had a fantastic FA Cup run, and it's live on TNT Sports. It's a great pick because both teams are really at it at the moment.
We saw when they came to our place earlier in the season, they were also doing well. We were doing well. We knew it was gonna again be one of those games where it's like we need to be, run a tight ship and be on it. And I think we were. And it was times where they were very dangerous, and I think they hit the post, and it was a very close game. But again, we did well to come out on top in that game, and it just proved that we have that extra bit of fight. And I've heard from a lot of people, like, this time last year, we would have that game could have gone a different way. But I think we, again, stuck to our game plan and, had a few pieces of individual brilliance and got us over the line against a very, very good team. It's one of those teams where, and how they played, if you would have got a point, it wouldn't have been something you would have looked down on. It would have been like, okay, they're a decent team. You saw how they were in the FA Cup to, be beaten. Who they beat? Was it Swindon 7-1?
Swindon 7, yeah.
Or whatever the score was.
7-3, I think it was.
They ended up coming back a bit.
Yeah,
they ended up coming back.
Up at one
but
stage.
for them to score 7 goals against, a Football League side just shows the quality they have up top, and just to show how good they are defensively. So, again, I think we've come good in the big games, and that just shows how far we've come this season, to show that, we're starting to build like good performances more consistently. And then the good performances are turned into wins, and that will just, hopefully that keeps carrying on. And like I said, come April, it should put us in a very, very good position.
As well as the phenomenal victory over Swindon, they then played Stockport County, drew at home, and went to Stockport and won at Edgeley Park. Again, another game that was live on TV, and they fully deserved it on the night.
100%. They're a good side. I mean, they've proven it more than once, more than twice. So it will be another fight, I believe, but given how we've performed in the last few weeks, I have no doubt that we'll go down there and put in a really good shift. And, I think we have the quality to get the 3 points and continue this run.